Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Tabia Wa'alek. I'm back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. This one entitled The Consequences of Unbelief. All right. We're coming into the time of Yahweh Shai making his return. And if you do not believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you don't believe in the truth, then there is a consequence for that. All right. But I'm going to start with this. This is Hebrews 11:1. And the heading is the triumphs of faith. Because on the opposite end, if you have faith and you're of the elect, what's going to happen? You're going to be saved from these coming destructions. Okay. You're going to be an inheritor of the kingdom of the kingdom to come. But this is Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right. And we can't necessarily see the kingdom, but we see it, if that makes sense. All right. We can't physically see it. Okay. But it's in our mind. We know that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai promised these things, and we know it's going to surely come to pass. All right. That's faith. That's our belief. It says, for by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith, Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High had translated him, for before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. And again, you can read, the scriptures say, everything is written for our learning. So you can read the accounts of our forefathers and see where, they had belief in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and how that, was for their benefit. Okay? I mean, promises were made with Abraham because of his faith. All right? And this is the point, verse 6 right here. It says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. And that's what we're here to do. All right. We're here to do the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and to please him. Okay. But you cannot do that if you are lacking in faith, if you have unbelief. All right. And see, in this society, in this world, you can call it unbelief, but really you're having faith, but it's just not in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You're really having faith in this system, or you're having faith in Esau. You're having faith in an idol. All right. And the scriptures say we can't serve two masters. You can't have faith in both. You can't have faith in this society. You can't have faith in Esau and have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Because if you have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you understand that this place, the one that Esau is in control of, is about to be done away with. So how can you believe in this system going on and believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So you lacking in faith and belief of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in the truth, well, you're not pleasing Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And this is the creator, all right, the God of the universe. All right. So it behooves us to be on his good side. It says, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. So you must believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai exists. And that's his name, Yahweh. He exists. So you have to believe that he actually exists. All right. And it says, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay. So you believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're going to constantly be trying to please him, and you're going to be diligently seeking him. Okay. By having your head in the scriptures. All right. In this truth, helping out the ministry, charity, alms, brotherly love, all these things to diligently seek Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and seek the kingdom to come. Okay, but if you are not seeking the kingdom to come, what are you doing? You don't have faith. You have unbelief, and you believe in this place that Esau is pushing. All right. This is Ephesians 2:8. It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith. So the only way, we're saved is through this grace and believing in the grace, which the grace is brought upon by Yahweh Shai and his sacrifice. Because you have to understand, without Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, we're not even supposed to be here. All right. We would have been done away with. All right. But through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice and through the grace given unto us by Yahweh, Now we are able to be saved. All right? But you have to believe in that. All right? You have to believe in Yahushua. You have to believe in his sacrifice. You must believe that Yahushua came. All right? But if you don't, hey, ultimately what's going to happen? You're not going to be saved. All right, it says, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High. And ultimately everything goes back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, he gives us that gift of belief, that gift of faith. Okay? This is Hebrews, the 3rd chapter, starting from the 12th verse, and the title is The Peril of Unbelief. Okay, the consequence. It says, take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief. Okay, and when you go into that word heart, it's your mind. It says, in departing from the living power. Okay? That's you're starting to become evil, okay, when you have a lack of faith, when you have unbelief. All right? Again, it doesn't please Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And this is a letter to warn us of these things. Okay? But exhort one another daily, while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. Okay, and ultimately, how does that come in? Through this world. All right, through the comforts of the flesh, ultimately wanting to partake in the things this world has to offer. Okay, so you're believing in this system. You're believing in the things that you see rather than the things you don't see. You're believing in the things you feel, okay, in this body. But what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to keep in mind, all right, be exhorted and exhort one another daily for the kingdom to come. Okay, and that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is not a man that he should lie. So these things are coming. We just have to wait. All right, through patience, we possess our souls. Okay. It says, verse 14, for we are made partakers of Hamashiach if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast unto the end. And that word confidence goes back to the with faith. All right. And to be a partaker of Yahushua, to be a joint heir, what do we have to do? We have to hold the beginning of our faith steadfast unto the end. Okay, and partly, being steadfast is constantly having your mind in prophecy, constantly having your mind in scriptures. Okay, being around brethren, being brotherly. All right, contributing to the ministry. Okay, because once you start to depart from that, what are you doing? You're basically participating in the world. All right, you're starting to depart from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says, while it is said today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts as in the provocation. For some, when they had heard, did provoke, howbeit not all that came out of Egypt by Moses. But with whom was he grieved 40 years? Was it not with them that had sinned, whose carcasses fell in the wilderness? And to whom sware he that they should not enter into his rest, but to them that believed not? So we see that they could not enter in because of their unbelief. And you read that story of, the wandering in the wilderness. All right, it shows us what happens. It's a great indicator of, basically the 2/3 on this side. All right, it shows us that with that unbelief, and here it is. When you read the account, what happened? Israel was saved, a great salvation out of great bondage in Egypt. All the armies destroyed. I mean, the sea being split. All right, seeing the chariots. Okay, hearing the Lord. But what did those wicked Israelites do? They wanted a golden calf. They wanted to go back into Egypt. Okay, they didn't have belief and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So what had happened? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai didn't let them see the promised land, save for two. All right, I believe it was Joshua and Caleb. All right, but the rest didn't get to see. And what did it say? It says, so we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief. All right, now that's gonna happen again in this time around. All right, through the salvation, if you do not believe, the Lord is gonna have you be a sacrifice over here in America, and we're gonna read it. All right, Luke 12:46, and this is the story when you read up about the servants being ready on their watch. All right, but I'm gonna get this straight to the point. Luke 12:46, it says, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will point his portion with the unbelievers. And this is that wicked servant, all right, that's not doing the will of the Lord. Okay, but what is the point? He's going to appoint this servant, this wicked servant, the portion with the unbelievers. Now, what is that portion? 2nd Ezra 15, and straight to the point, verse 4. For all the unfaithful, which is the unbelievers, shall die in their unfaithfulness. So that is the portion of an unbeliever. Okay? And we can read it. When you read this chapter in 2nd Ezra 15, everything that's coming upon the world, all right, these people have no hedge. And ultimately, when these things come upon the earth, which, partly Esau is setting it up to be that way, but ultimately it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai using Esau on the left-hand side. But these unbelievers are going to go to Esau, just like how they've been going to Esau. They're going to trust in Esau. They're going to take his MOTB. So what's going to happen? Ultimately, if they take his C-hip and they bow down to the system that this man's pushing, that means they are unfaithful. They do not believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? They want to go back into Egypt and eat the cucumbers and the leeks. They want to be comfortable with the little, specks that Esau give them, as long as they can, eat that or be comforted in the flesh for a temporary time. All right? They'll be comfortable with Esau over them in bondage. All right? But the Lord ain't dealing with that this time around. Okay? What does it say? All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that happens by what? Revelation 21 and 8. Well, let me start with 21 and 7. It says, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. Okay, now if we overcome the trials and tribulations, the temptations, all right, that are coming upon this earth, okay, and we overcome the persecution, okay, and we stay steadfast in the faith, believing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and his promises, we are going to inherit all things with Yahweh Shai. All right, the scriptures say we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. All right, and it says, I will be his power and he shall be my son. So we're literally going to be the first fruits, Yasharallah, princes of the power. Okay, but what happens to the unbelievers? Verse 8, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. All right, so that's the lot of an unbeliever. That's the consequences of unbelief, is that second death in this go around. All right, so if you do not believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you don't believe the promises, okay, you don't believe that Yahweh Shai or Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai can get us out of any situation, and he's here to get us out of any situation, then what's going to happen? You're going to have your part in the second death. Okay, if you go to Esau, you trust in Esau, you accept his system, you accept his mark, okay, you're going to have your part in the second death. All right, so you're no better than a murderer, a whoremonger, a sorcerer, an idolater with that unbelief. Okay, but Lord's will, this was edifying. Once again, call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rechakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and Abba Baba.